YouTube boasts a whopping 51 million channels, with more and more showing up each and every day the website is alive. With the website being around since 2005 and being over 19 years old, with no signs of slowing down, there has to be a fair amount of inactive channels. Or more into today's video specifically, YouTubers who have passed away. Today I want to touch on some of the lives lost who helped create this platform and pave the way for current gen content creation to be a thing. I've decided that we should put this video in chronological order from start to finish. That way it really gives that image and grasp of who really came before and who created this platform. The content in this video may be disturbing and unsettling to others, as the people shown in this video have passed away. I would like to ask, out of respect for the people and their families and their fans, that no negative comments or any discussions of such be put in the comment section below the video. Thank you so much and enjoy. 5th of August 2011. Zyzz Sergeyevich Shaversian, born 24th of March 1989, was a bodybuilder, personal trainer and fitness model, better known as Zyzz online from his home in Australia. His channel 7Zyzz7 was started all the way back in 2007. Starting out by quitting WoW, selling his account and buying a gym membership, he would soon rise to be one of the fitness world's most influential figures, amassing him a cult following of fans around the world. His speeches and wild rants about getting out and being active would play on phones and computers around the globe.
Stop being fucking sad, alright? Go out, get sick like Zyzz, bro. That's what we do.
Sparking both memes and a slew of playlists and music to follow alongside it. I'm sure we've all been guilty of using something Zyzz or Zyzz inspired to help us at the gym. Sadly, Zyzz's journey and YouTube career would be cut short by the events of the 5th of August 2011. Zyzz was vacationing in Pattaya City, located south of Bangkok in Thailand. While sitting in a sauna, Zyzz would begin to feel chest pains, followed by shallow breathing, collapsing him to the floor. His friends rushed Zyzz to the closest emergency room to be informed he was suffering from a heart attack. Tragically, Zyzz was unable to be revived by doctors, and his passing was confirmed on the 9th of August 2011, just 4 days later. Although many suspected this was caused by years of anabolic steroid use, it was later debunked to congenital heart defect and cardiomegaly, a defect in the main heart vessel and an enlarged heart, both running in his family. Zyzz would go on to leave behind a large grieving fan base around the globe, with his YouTube channel sparking more and more fitness influencers to take up creating content, and his viral videos still seeing circulation to this day. Ed's World, 25th of March 2012. Ed Gould, born 28th of October 1998 in Isleworth, London. Ed was the creator of the beloved animated series Ed, and later a part of the greater Ed's World series showing on Newgrounds, YouTube, and DeviantArt. The show itself consisted of all of Ed's IRL friends and himself, Ed being played by Ed Gould himself, an adventurous artist with a green hoodie who tells puns and likes Coca-Cola and bacon, Tom, voiced by Thomas Ridgewell, a cynical alcoholic bass guitarist with a blue hoodie and empty eye sockets. He frequently gets dragged along on Ed's adventures despite his protests. He had a rivalry with Tord prior to the later departure and owns a bass guitar named Susan. Matt, voiced by Matt Hargreaves, a self-obsessed dim-witted narcissist with a purple hoodie, green overcoat, and a distinct chiseled chin. And finally, Tord, voiced by Tord Larsen, a trigger-happy, hentai-addicted Norwegian inventor with a red hoodie often seen smoking. Following the group through wacky misadventures with life struggles thrown in and trying to get through teenage life and progress into adulthood. Ed was an extremely talented individual who saw success through his attendance to the University of Creative Arts in Maidstone, where he and his childhood friends would all study animation and creative media, eventually leading Ed to Tomska, the creator of the ASDF movies, on YouTube, which Ed and friends would eventually end up animating and participating in the future together. Ed's channel saw a spike in growth between 2000 and 2010, even leading him to create videos promoting climate change awareness for the United Nations Climate Change Council in 2009. Over his long and successful career in animating, Ed's channel would rise, currently sitting at over 4 million subscribers, with fans from around the globe demanding more and more animations. But as is the theme with this video, it would all eventually come to a tragic end. On the 16th of April 2011, Ed would tell the world that he had been diagnosed with leukemia, a cancer that affects the white blood cells in the body. He would explain how all of this changed his life and how it affected him every day through animation, as was Ed's way, in an episode called Ed vs. Cancer. And just a year later, Ed Gould would be revealed to have passed away from a reoccurring infection from the cancer on the 25th of March 2012. Ed Gould was only 23 years old. As for the channel, in which Gill built from the ground up with his friends, it would continue to see episodes from his friends Ridgewell until 2016, when it was passed to Ed's family, and all profits from that point forward being used to help fund Young Lives vs Cancer, a UK cancer charity. Fans and many content creators and artists around the world would grieve this huge loss in the animation industry, as Ed inspired many to pursue art in all of its forms, no matter the art style or direction. Rest in peace, Ed Gould. Yoteslaya, 23rd of October, 2013. Brian Joseph Rickard, born 17th of December, 1982, in Terre Haute, Indiana, United States. Yoteslaya began his YouTube journey all the way back in 2011, uploading videos of himself just talking, having fun, and playing games. Those games included Battlefield, Call of Duty, and eventually, the main channel content, Borderlands. He added fun, unique comedy and insightful tips into farming within Borderlands 2, which saw a pretty dramatic increase in subscribers between 2011 and 2013. Brian would amass a cult following of over 800,000 subscribers, unheard of growth back then when YouTube was still a growing platform. Brian was starting to really gain traction in the gaming community on YouTube, and his channel was breaking new heights on views and subscribers every day, until the 23rd of October 2013. Brian, along with his friends Ryan Cook and Ashley Pug, were driving through Vigo County, Indiana. Brian, who was behind the wheel, tried to beat a train at a level crossing, but was unsuccessful. The train collided with their car, resulting in the deaths of Brian and both passengers, cutting the 30-year-old's life tragically short, along with his two best friends. Yoteslaya was later to be confirmed to have been drunk driving and had a history of DUIs under his belt, causing a massive split in his community, with some grieving his loss and others being angry that he caused not only his own death, but the death of his friends along with him. Regardless of how you feel, condolences to the families and rest in peace to all that died in this tragic accident. Zelda X Love 64, 10th of June, 2016. Christina Grimmie, born 12th of March 1994, or better known online as Zelda X Love, was an American singer-songwriter who started her career on YouTube. She began by posting video covers of popular music on her YouTube channel back in 2009 at just 15 years of age. She would later speak on this in an interview, with her goal being to encourage others to step out of their comfort zone and find their heart with music. Along with her success on YouTube, she would release her very own debut EP, Find Me, in 2011. Her channel saw incredible exposure, amassing well over 1 million subscribers and even hitting 2 million in 2013 alongside her studio album With Love. All this success on her own channel and through her love for music led to some amazing opportunities very few YouTubers would ever achieve. Grimmie would go on to compete on season 6 of The Voice, where she finished in 3rd place. During the final, her coach, Adam Levine, revealed that he would sign her to his label, 222 Records. Additionally, Lil Wayne expressed interest in signing her to Young Money Entertainment. Grimmie briefly signed with Island Records before being dropped in 2016. She released her second EP, Side A, and made her own film appearance in The Matchbreaker. Grimmie would become a household name and a growing presence in the YouTube and music scenes, breaking her into mainstream media with no signs of her fan base or her work slowing down. That was until the 10th of June 2016. Grimmie would go on to perform with Before You Exit at the Plaza Live in Orlando, Florida. After her performance ended at 10 p.m, she stayed inside the venue to sign autographs, and at 10:24 p.m, she was approached by a 27-year-old Kevin James Lobel, who she greeted with open arms for a hug. Lobel then proceeded to pull out a Glock pistol and shot her 3 times at point-blank range. Grimmie's brother tackled Lobel, and during their struggle, Lobel broke free, backed himself against a wall, and fatally himself. Grimmie lay on the floor, bleeding from the head with a weak pulse. An attending physician performed CPR before she was rushed to Orlando Regional Medical Center. By 10:59 p.m, she was unfortunately pronounced dead. An autopsy conducted the following day revealed she had been shot once in the head and twice in the chest. The Orlando Police Department reported that Lobel had traveled by taxi from his home in St. Petersburg, Florida to Orlando, carrying 2 handguns, 2 extra magazines of ammunition, and a large hunting knife. Orlando Police Chief John Mina stated, "The suspect traveled to Orlando apparently to commit this crime and then had plans to travel back to where he came from. According to the police, attendees' bags would normally have been checked, but there was no metal detectors or frisking at this venue. The events of Grimmy's death shocked the world, flooding every news headline around the globe, sparking content creators everywhere to take a look at their own personal safety, some even refusing to attend any events from that point onwards. We would go on to see major increases in security for nearly all public events involving content creators from this day forward. Although Christina's life was short and ended way too early, she left behind a plethora of amazing works that will long be remembered by fans for years to come, and paving the way forward for many YouTubers to find their voice and take the plunge into a music career. Totalbiscuit, 24th of May, 2018. John Peter Bain, born on the 8th of July 1984, was an English YouTuber who made his mark online by commentating video games and being a game critic.
That's probably the first good thing I've heard come out of her mouth. Everyone in this game is a knobhead.
John made his YouTube account on the 27th of July 2006 and was the start of one of gaming's most beloved people and channels. John's main source of creativity was through his main YouTube channel, where he shared a variety of gaming content and his WTF series, and provided first impressions of video games, and was extremely popular. John's overall popularity linked directly to his authoritative tone of his voice, while John himself probably believed it was his honesty and personality. Bain had accumulated over 2.2 million subscribers on YouTube in such a short amount of time that Totalbiscuit was a talk and trusted source of everything game related. To top all of this off, in 2016, Twitch even introduced an emoji called lull, which was based on a photo of Baines laughing, which became one of the platform's most popular emojis at the time. Baines was a huge part of Twitch and YouTube cultures, helping to shape the websites to what they are today. What was to follow was nothing short of heartbreaking, that no one in the industry expected. Around the end of April 2014, John would come forward to announce he had been diagnosed with precancerous lump in his colon, and following, just a month later, John would go on to say he was now diagnosed with cancer and would soon be starting chemotherapy. In April 2015, Bain reported that his CT scan had been shown and his cancer was in complete remission. However, by October 2015, another CT scan revealed that while the bowel cancer was gone, it had reappeared in his liver and was deemed inoperable. His doctor gave him a life expectancy of 2 to 3 years. Following this news, Bain announced the disbandment of his esports team, Axiom. By January 2016, he decided to step back from social media altogether, though he continued to focus on creating game critique videos. On September 23, 2016, Bain reported that his cancer had mutated, but a targeted treatment had successfully shrunk his liver tumor by over 50%. Following, in October 2017, Bain discussed that his cancer in detail on the H3 podcast, describing his condition as stable, meaning the cancer was still present but not spreading. And by the 22nd of November, he tweeted that his chemotherapy had stopped working altogether. Though he mentioned that there were other treatment options he could explore in the future, he noted that the cancer's growth had resumed, although it had not yet spread. On May 24, 2018, Jenna, John's loving wife, announced through both her and her husband's Twitter accounts that Bain had tragically fallen into a hectic coma and passed away. Ripples were felt across the gaming communities, both on YouTube and Twitch.
Actually just heard that Totalbiscuit passed away, so we're not going to stream tonight. Thank you. He was hugely influential in Warframe, starting off with his original video.
Totalbiscuit's long and hard-fought battle with an ever-moving cancer had come to a devastating end. John will go on to leave behind millions of adoring fans and a legacy to this day that will never be matched as an honest and hardworking man on both platforms. Etika, 19th of June, 2019. Desmond Daniel Amofa, born the 12th of May 1990, needs no introduction as one of America's most prominent and energetic young YouTubers.
No, it was real! I knew it was real!
Desmond started his YouTube channel in early 2007. He would go on to create the Etika World Network, or the EW Network for short, in 2012, which would be his primary YouTube channel going forward. Etika's quick wit, fast-paced energy, and wild, unpredictable reactions would soon see him rise to unimaginable heights. He proudly dubbed his community members the Joy-Con Boys, referencing the Nintendo Switch controller, which makes sense as Etika's content would highly situate around Nintendo Direct reactions and his main game, Smash Bros. 4. But his content also went into variety gaming and reaction videos, with not one, but 3 channels across YouTube. Before his channel was suddenly terminated in 2018, he had amassed over 800,000 subscribers, having reached 100,000 subscribers in just 2015 alone. Shortly after creating a new YouTube channel, Etika FRFX, he quickly gained 300,000 subscribers. His TR Iceman channel also reached over 130,000 subscribers on its own. Altogether, Etika accumulated over 1 million subscribers and 146 million views across his various YouTube channels. Sadly, the road to fame and fortune isn't always a smooth ride, and following the banning and termination of Etika's first YouTube account due to Etika posting lewd content to the EW network, he would go on to display messages and actions that would worry his fan base and lead to him being hospitalized for 3 days later, apologizing on his subreddit. After his first YouTube account was terminated, Etika launched a new channel called the Etika FRFX in October 2018. He stated that this channel would feature more genuine content where he could truly be himself. Despite initially gaining popularity, the new channel was terminated in April 2019 after Etika again posted pornographic materials. Following this termination, Etika tweeted multiple times about his desires to end his life, with the first tweet stating, "Sayonara, I'm going to you lot certainly have already. Shame on you all, silly humans," which resulted in the detainment and hospitalization of Etika. Shortly after, like clockwork, Etika was soon to end up in hot water again, this time with concerned fans calling emergency services, after Etika blocked all of his friends and continued to display erratic behaviors online, even ending up on the news, being detained by the police force and sent to hospital for a third time.
What the f? That's what? That's Etika! Yo! What the f?
The following day, Etika was the guest on Drama Alert, a show hosted by Keemstar, where Keem would ask Etika if any of the erratic behaviors were just publicity stunts, questioning if Etika was faking illness just for views. Etika would go on to state one of the most harrowing quotes, leaving fans in disbelief and many fearing for his life.
You basically saying that life is a simulation? Is that what you're getting to?
Yeah. Life is a video game. We're all in a video game, and I'm the one that's putting the pieces together.
Life is a video game, and that death means nothing. Keem following up this with a statement, then why live? Just jump off a cliff. It's just a simulation. Who cares? Leading to outroar across the internet and resulting in Etika leaving the call and blocking Keemstar on Twitter.
Record this and put it on Drama Alert at 12 tonight.
I'm recording it right now.
All of this was climbing towards the most horrific ending seen on the internet. At around 12 AM on the 20th of June 2019, Etika would release a video on his Iceman channel titled, "I'm Sorry." In the video, Etika walked through the streets of New York City discussing his mental health struggles and thoughts, as well as the harmful effects of social media. He apologized for distancing himself from others and advised his viewers to be cautious about overusing social media.
I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry I betrayed your trust. I'm sorry I pushed you all away. I'm sorry I made a clown of myself. I apologize. I wish it didn't have to be this way. But unfortunately, I'm breaking my own rules. I shouldn't have pushed so many people away. Now I've got nobody.
The video's description includes an apologetic note from Etika echoing these sentiments. The day after the video released, Etika was reported missing to the New York Police Department.
Here in New York, the NYPD is looking for a popular YouTuber who went missing a day after posting a video that worried his fans.
And shortly after his disappearance, the internet was left on the edge of its seats, as both fans and other content creators shared their love for Etika and wished him well on the internet. Sadly, the worst of everyone's fears had been realized. On the 24th of June, Etika's body was found near Pier 16 at South Street Seaport, and by the 25th, it was all confirmed that it was indeed Etika. The news of Etika's passing would go on to leave ripples through the social media and the internet as a whole, leaving many fans in disbelief and grieving, others in anger towards the treatment that Keemstar had given him just prior to his death. Many internet personalities spoke out about the sad realities of mental health.
I really wish I could have just done something to help. I wanted to say to Etika's parents, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Just remember, no matter what, you can always get help, and I beg you to seek help from those around you if you ever need or should feel the need. Mental illness is no joke, and it's one of the world's most silent and deadly killers. Rest in peace, Etika. The King of Random, 29th of July, 2019. Jonathan Grant Thompson, born on the 21st of November 1980, was an American-born YouTuber from Farmington, Utah, whose content had a major focus on uploading videos of experiments, random weekend projects, and life hack tutorials. You might have even seen some of his works and projects such as laser-assisted blowgun, or how to make brass knuckles from bullet shells, or one of my personal favorites, what does liquid nitrogen do to your face? Johnson was a master of his craft at leaving his viewers on the edge of their seats with his ingenious methods of overcoming obstacles or just downright crazy ideas. The channel garnered attention fast, and as of this day, the channel has more than 12 million subscribers. At the age of 29, Jonathan was an accomplished airline pilot working from his home state. In his spare time, he developed a love for tinkering and decided to start learning how devices and the world around him worked. His passion projects led him to eventually start filming these experiments, and on January 3rd, 2010, he created a YouTube channel named 010320100814, which represented the exact date and time he would set this channel up. The second video he uploaded in 2010 marked the beginning of his DIY and life hack content. It wasn't until late 2011 that Thompson seriously considered creating a branded YouTube channel dedicated to these life hacks. A few years earlier, a friend had dubbed him the King of Random because of his involvement in various random activities. Thompson thought this would be a fitting name for his YouTube channel and began planning to rebrand his existing channel to The King of Random in early 2012. With the early success of his channel, Thompson saw its potential for growth through the steady release of quality content. He swiftly converted his basement into a creation studio to begin his many project ideas and bring them to life. Thompson produced all the videos himself, but as the channel's popularity soared, he started hiring additional help to help with the onboard. The King of Random expanded so rapidly that Thompson gradually reduced his hours as an airline pilot. Eventually, he retired from flying altogether to dedicate himself entirely to his YouTube channel. John had even managed to get in trouble with the law, being charged in 2018 for his crazy ideas for videos. John was charged with 2 counts of second-degree felony, possession of an explosive device, for allegedly conducting incendiary experiments in his backyard, facing a potential 15-year prison sentence. Thompson agreed to the plea bargain. The charges were reduced to a suspended sentence for misdemeanor recklessness with an incendiary device. As part of the deal, Thompson agreed to create 2 YouTube videos educating viewers about the physical safety and legal risks associated with potentially dangerous experiments as an apology for his transgression. As is the theme of this video, sadly, not all endings are happy, as on the 29th of July 2019, John will go on a paragliding trip near Hurricane, Utah in Washington County. John's family would go on to report him missing around 10:30 p.m. after no contact and no returning home within the same day. Officers would connect to his GPS tracker that he carried on his persons and would ultimately confirm the horrible and sad truth that Jonathan Grant Thompson had crashed his paraglider and ultimately died. The deadly accident was captured on film as Thompson was recording with a camera mounted to his paramotor. The footage assisted police in their investigation of the incident. According to a law enforcement agent, a sudden change in updraft caused Thompson's parachute to collapse. He attempted to deploy the reserve chute, but it was too close to the ground for it to be effective. He died on impact, roughly 4 seconds after the parachute malfunctioned. Fans and colleagues around the globe would mourn the incredibly tragic loss.
Grant was genuinely a unique person. I have never met anyone like him before.
To say that Grant Thompson was an inspiration doesn't really do it justice.
As a community had held King of Random to such high regards, and he had many friends within the industry. He paved the way forward for so many trends that are still being used to this day on many different channels around YouTube, and no one can ever replace the man that started it all. The King of Random channel has not recovered since his passing, as the shoes of John are just way too big to fill, no matter who is standing in front of the camera. Rest in peace, John. Tomii 11, 30th of August 2021. A pre-warning that the next person is a child, so skip if this may trigger any PTSD or trauma. Tomas Blanche Toledo, born the 13th of June 2009. Thomas was a YouTuber hailing from Chile and started out his YouTube journey at just 12 years old, creating his channel on the 4th of January 2021. It was a slow start for Tomas, gaining subs here and there, uploading videos about his day-to-day life, the struggles he was facing, and playing games / reacting to other content. He would always celebrate the small milestones, such as gaining 10 subscribers, which is rarely seen in YouTube these days. But Tomii was about to have his wildest dreams realized when fellow YouTubers in the Spanish community began to promote and send people to his channel, most notably Velociraptor on Facebook with over 11 million follows stated. It's time to make a child happy, before sending those 11 million followers over to help boost Tommy's channel. Others within the Spanish community would soon follow suit, with such names as El Rubius, Ibai, Orion Play, The Gref G, just to name a few. All of these shoutouts launched Tomii 11's channel into a massive growth surge, As a result, his channel quickly gained traction and broke several records for the fastest growing channel on YouTube, now sitting proudly at over 10 million subscribers. Tomii would continue to upload for a while, happy with his achievements and all the help from fellow community members, but this would soon start to slow, and by July 7th, his family will come forward to tell his fans that his health was declining fast. You see, Tomii wasn't just any ordinary kid. He was a 12-year-old boy diagnosed with brain cancer. Due to his condition, he often wore a bandage over his right eye and was unable to use his left arm properly, requiring a one-handed keyboard for most of his computer-based activities. His parents chose not to disclose his diagnosis to him, so Toledo was unaware that he had cancer. Despite these challenges, he remained passionate about fulfilling his dreams of becoming a YouTuber, never letting his illness get in the way of making others smile. But sadly, Tomas would lose his battle with cancer on the 30th of August 2021. His family would announce their son's passing to his fans and loyal community, sending sadness and grief around the entire Spanish YouTube sector. His family and Tomii would be showered with love and sorrow, many people creating tributes for the channel to show support. Truly, Tomas was an inspiration to many, never letting anything get in the way of his dreams. Never once did his smile fade, even with everything going on that a normal boy shouldn't have to face. Truly, a huge loss with every young life taken by cancer. My deepest condolences and sympathies for his family and fans. This one was tough to write and read, I won't lie. Apetor, 27th of November, 2021. Tor Ekhoff, born 22nd November 1964, was a YouTuber content creator all the way from the snow-filled mountains of Norway. Apetor was a strange case, as he started his channel all the way back in 2006, but didn't see much growth till 2011. Now, his content was based around him being nearly completely silent and only really groaning and grunting to talk, and featured him driving to ice lakes or other bodies of frozen water and drinking vodka, swimming, and being partially nude in below freezing temperatures.
In this video, I'm swimming among ice.
A lot of criticism would arise from his content, with people showing concern for himself promoting drinking and swimming, not to mention the dangers of hypothermia from the cold. But others would go on to defend Apetor and say he was just being creative, and his videos were like a work of living art. So take your pick for whatever side you're on with this one. Now, whatever your thoughts, Tor was indeed a hard-working and humble man, never really making any income off of his videos, purely doing it for his own entertainment and the entertainment of others. Now, his primary source of income was working in a paint factory run by the chemical giant Jotun. But yet still, the criticism would still start to pile on for Tor, and in February 2021, he would be harassed by fellow onlookers as he filmed on Lake Ekan, concerned for his safety. Tor would constantly disagree with the concerns of others, stating, "Many regard falling through the ice as life-threatening, but if you know what you're doing and have developed ice claws, it's usually fine," he said with a smile, adding, "I shouldn't be cocky. I could very well die out here someday." He had previously mentioned rehearsing how to fall through ice adequately to justify his activities. This was influenced by a near fatal ice skating accident he experienced in 2007, as he fell through the ice on a lake in the middle of the night. After that incident, he became determined to practice, going into the water and getting back out again over and over again, just in case. Maybe the concerns weren't so far-fetched, or maybe Apetor was just really, really careless and free-spirited in life, as he portrayed on the internet. And on the 26th of November 2021, Tor would head down to Jacob's Dam, a lake near Kongsberg, and while recording his usual video stunts, the ice would give way underneath his feet. Onlookers were quick to hear his calls for help, followed by special divers retrieving him from the icy water. He was flown to emergency, and through many attempts were made to resuscitate him, the 57-year-old man would end up dying on the 27th of November. Apetor was a strange man to most, but to his core European YouTuber audience, a hero and an icon. As someone being free-willed and unrelenting to nature, he was beloved by many, and his passing was felt around the community. Rest in peace, Tor. Technoblade, June 2022. To keep in check with his privacy surrounding his family, his last name isn't publicly available, so I'll be referring to him by his first name only, out of respect for his family. Alexander, born the 1st of June 1999, who I'm sure is a man who needs no introduction. Alex was an American-born YouTuber residing in San Francisco, California, whose primary content focused around the video game Minecraft. Alex made his main channel on YouTube all the way back on the 28th of October 2013, and not even he would have been able to guess the journey to success he was about to embark on. Technoblade would start his channel out with content focused around Hypixel, a Minecraft minigame server, as well as challenge runs, including beating Minecraft Hardcore with a steering wheel. These videos were gaining traction, but not as fast as it was about to be, when Keemstar's Minecraft Monday tournaments would begin. Technoblade would dominate the competition, and become widely known for his skills in Minecraft PvP, gaining him more and more fans and traction on his videos and his live streams, were Keem's platform attracting top Minecraft creators at the time for Technoblade to defeat. Alex would even go on to participate in the Minecraft Championships and even came out winning 2 of the events in his time, earning him a title widely known in the community as one of the best PvP players in all of Minecraft, and also one of the top creators for Minecraft just in general. By the time 2020 rolled around, Alex had been invited to Dream's SMP server, in which he would constantly make content for both YouTube and live streaming. With him and the help of his friends, the server blew up, creating a new wave of Minecraft trends around the world, with some of the creators in the server, and himself, becoming some of the most watched content on the planet for a long while. This success even attracted the likes of Mr. Beast, who would set up a friendly tournament between Dream and Techno for 100k prize money, in which Techno would come out victorious. Alex was a private man at heart and had always put him and his family's privacy at the forefront of his career. So when his video released on the 27th of August 2021, and Alex disclosed he had been diagnosed with cancer, people were truly shocked and taken back.
They ran a couple of scans and then they came back and they told me that the reason my arm hurts is because I have cancer.
His right arm and shoulder were in serious pain due to the cancer. Chemotherapy and radiation therapy were also unsuccessful. His doctor indicated that his arm might need to be amputated at some point too. No one was ready for the video that Alex would release next. So long, nerds. On the 30th of June 2022, instead of the usual Technoblade that everyone was so used to hearing at this point, it opened up with his father, who announced that his son, and everyone's beloved content creator, had lost his fight with cancer at the age of 23. His father would go on to read a message written by Alex himself.
Hello everyone, Technoblade here. If you're watching this, I am dead. So let's sit down and have one final chat. My real name is Alex. Sorry for selling out so much in the past year, but thanks to everyone that bought hoodies, plushies, and channel memberships. My siblings are going to college. Well, if they want to. I don't want to put any dead brother peer pressure.
He also mentioned that future proceeds from merchandising of videos would be donated to the Sarcoma Foundation of America and help fund his siblings' college educations. The video concluded with a written message from Technoblade's mother as his final gift to everyone. Although Alex had never mentioned the type of cancer he was diagnosed with, it would later be confirmed to be metastatic sarcoma, a cancer that comes from muscle cartilage and tissues from within the body. The news of Techno's passing would travel fast, his friends and fans all coming together in their grief and sharing their favorite moments. It would go on to be one of the most viewed videos on Alex's channel and was viewed over 80 million times, showing just how loved he was by many. A young life gone too fast, but never without a smile on his face or fear in his voice. His channel will close out at over 15 million subscribers as of 2022. Technoblade was and always will be a Minecraft icon. Rest in peace, Alex. Mitten Squad, 14th of December 2023. Joseph Robert Wilson, born 15th of May 1996, was an American-born YouTuber who created video game challenge runs within Bethesda's titles such as Skyrim and Fallout. Joseph was a very creative man who had very quick wit, humor, and funny punchlines to end off everything he did in games, making his channel beloved by many Bethesda fans around the globe.
Think about it. You can beat all the children you want, and they don't feel a thing. Sure, you aren't actually hitting them, but let me have this, damn it.
The Mitten Squad channel began as a Let's Play channel, but shifted around 2014 to focus on top 10 gaming videos and content covering various video games. In 2017, he uploaded his first ever challenge video, Can You Beat Fallout New Vegas Without Attacking Anything? This video was one of his first massive hits, currently sitting at 1.5 million views and solidifying the path the channel should take from that point onwards for Joseph. Mitten would go on to do the same type of video over and over again, rapidly growing his channel and gaining him a rather large audience within the gaming community. His challenge runs sparking a lot of other people to attempt similar channels, reviving older titles for a newer generation with videos like Can You Beat Skyrim with Only a Fork? Can You Beat Fallout 4 Without a Pip-Boy? And many others. Joseph was a very private man, and from the outside looking in, it's easy to assume everyone is doing well. It was known that he had a history of alcohol abuse, which he appeared to have overcome. However, in November 2022, he made a separate post on Twitter and YouTube community addressing his absence since July, revealing that his drinking problem had worsened. This led him to a hospital admission on November 23rd. Despite coming dangerously close to dying, he assured his audience that he was not announcing a hiatus and would upload whenever possible. On May 2nd, 2022, 2023, Joseph provided a brief update on Twitter about his personal life, explaining that he had to visit the emergency room again and had developed pancreatitis. In November 2023, Joseph posted on his YouTube community page, "It's Thanksgiving today, and I'm not dead. Despite some rumors that I am, I've still been drinking lately, but it's a bit less than it was for most of this year. From blacking out 2 to 3 times a week to maybe 2 to 3 times in the last month and a half. Still not good. But progress is progress, regardless of how slow it is, and the Mitten Squad channel isn't dead either. I will upload again eventually, just not until I feel like I can maintain some sort of schedule, even if it's only 1 video per month. Don't be surprised if you don't see another video until early next year. Lastly, I want to thank you all for your continued support over the last year, even though I've pretty much gone radio silent. It genuinely does mean a lot to me, even if I appear to some people as nothing more than a monotonous, emotionless piece of eye candy that's gone a little bad. But like I said, Mitten Squad will return. Unfortunately, Mitten would never recover, and on the 14th of December 2023, at the young age of 27, he would pass away from drinking-related complications. This one hits close to home writing, as I was a long-time fan of Mitten Squad, and even started this YouTube channel doing video game challenge runs because of him. I hope he's resting easy somewhere out there. Rest in peace, Mitten. Cooking with Lynja, 1st of January 2024. Lynn Yamada Davis, born on the 31st of July 1956, was an American celebrity chef known across the world for her TikTok and YouTube short-form content. Lynn would incorporate modern humor and memes into her cooking shorts, making sure to keep her relevant and up-to-date with viral trends, which would 100% pan out in her favor. The Cooking with Lynja channel had amassed over 12.8 million subscribers on YouTube and more than 21.8 million followers on TikTok, and all of this achieved at the age of 63, which is impressive to say the least. Although Lynn had very humble beginnings and a huge life before even stepping foot into content creation. She graduated from the Institute of Technology, MIT, with a degree in civil engineering in 1977. After graduation, she worked for the government, focusing on making federal buildings accessible. She later obtained degrees in public health and business administration from the Columbia Business School. Davis spent 29 years at AT&T Labs, where she worked as a project manager and systems engineer. But none of this would compare to the decision she would make during COVID of 2020. Lynn, with the help of her son, would film, record, and edit her first ever TikTok, which would spark a slew of other videos to follow, making use of trends and memes to help push her content to new heights. Lynn would solidify this success by going on to win 3 Steamy Awards, the 2021, 2022, and the 2023 Steamy Awards, all for cooking or editing, and some years both. As if this wasn't impressive enough, Lynn would not slow down, breaking 3 Guinness World Records with her content, with the world's largest cake pop, the world's largest sushi roll, and the world's largest chicken nugget. All of her achievements are incredibly impressive, and few ever reached the heights that Lynn had made. But what makes her even more of an inspiration is that Lynn had done all of this while being diagnosed with esophageal cancer in 2019, which changed her voice, and Lynn would always liken it to that of Marge Simpson from The Simpsons. Lynn managed to fight off the cancer and complete her treatment, but by 2023, it abruptly made a return, and Lynn would sadly pass away on the 1st of January 2024 at the age of 67.
I'm super sad to inform you that, unfortunately, Lynja, my mom, has passed away. Her final moments were super peaceful, and thankfully she was surrounded by the people she loved most, her friends and family.
Lynn showed the world that no matter where you are in life or how old you are, you can achieve anything you set your mind to, even when the odds are stacked against you. She was an inspiration to many on YouTube and leaves behind a channel with over 5 billion views total and close to 13 million subscribers, as well as a loving family and fans around the globe. My deepest sympathies to Lynn's family. Twomad, 9th of February 2024. Mudea Sadiq, born 17th of December 2000, was a Canadian-born YouTuber whose career is wrapped in mystery and controversy. Sadiq would start out his internet career by making comedic gameplay videos and also funny short-form content, which would take viewers off guard constantly. He would upload these to both YouTube and Reddit, and by 2016, Sadiq was dropping out of high school to do YouTube full-time on his own first channel. Later on in 2017, he would go on to create his main channel and really push into the Twomad persona he was creating online. His first real break into gaining a following online came when the iconic "Sorry we can't Skype tonight" clip went viral, making waves all over the internet and social media in 2019, and still seeing use to this day.
Oh hey.
Very soon, Twomad's stunts and over-the-top personality would begin to turn heads in the years to follow. Sadiq gained notoriety as an internet troll, earning a reputation for his outlandish behaviors and awkward online encounters. People started to label his content as cringe, and just downright awkward and weird, or something just for teenagers to enjoy. Sadiq would go on to popularize the trends of Zoom bombing, a trend where someone would find and infiltrate a Zoom class or Zoom meeting in order to start trouble, causing disruptions, and overall being a public nuisance, all for views and video footage. This would again land Sadiq a bad reputation, as someone willing to do anything for attention. But all attention, whether it be negative or good, is always a positive for a growing channel. And following in 2020, Sadiq's YouTube channel boasted a massive increase from 900,000 subscribers to just over 2.2 million within a year. The controversial behaviors were being rewarded, and Twomad had no plans on slowing down. In 2021, he attended a BTS concert, wearing an Asian conical hat and holding an edited photograph blending the faces of BTS member V and communist leader Mao Zedong, jokingly claiming it depicted his father. In 2023, Sadiq drew further backlash after posting a photo of Brianna Gray, a recently murdered transgender teen, and claiming she was his girlfriend. People were starting to distance themselves from Twomad, as his stunts and negative publicity and his general lack of social awareness made him a liability within the content creation industry. Sadiq would be isolated from the world moving forward. And sadly, as many of his close friends had suspected, Twomad had spiraled off, and on the 13th of February 2024, after police were called to check on Sadiq's overall health and welfare, as friends and family had not received any contact, Sadiq was found deceased in his home at the age of 23, drugs being the suspected killer, and later confirmed to be an overdose. It is not yet known if it was intentional or accidental. Now, regardless of how you feel about Twomad, the loss of a young life is never easy, and seeing drugs take yet another is a horrible loss to the world. Twomad would go on to leave behind his channel, friends, and family, and a lot of fans and supporters worldwide. His influence in the meme community alone will be forever remembered. Rest in peace, Twomad. Pretty Pastel Please, June 2024. Alexandra Starling, born 13th of September 1993, was an Australian YouTuber whose content centered around fashion, makeup, product reviewing, with travel and blogging also being a core part of the channel. Alex's channel started all the way back on the 24th of February 2008, which had a major focus on desserts and some talking about content associated with Pokemon. Her bubbly personality, coupled with her iconic Australian accent, were key factors in her steady growth over the years.
500 yen bin was so good. So first up, how could I say no? This is a pom-pom purin smock dress. This is just...
Alex would eventually transition into doing makeup and fashion blogs and Get Ready With Me's, but would also show a deep fascination with Japan and all of Japan's fashion, even traveling there and making content with other Japanese fashion creators. It was incredibly sudden and out of nowhere. An Instagram post and YouTube community post would be uploaded simultaneously in July 2024. We come to you today with a devastating announcement. It is with a heavy heart that we must inform you that Alex, known to many as Pretty Pastel Please, has passed away. Her passing was sudden, unexpected, and devastating to all who knew her. This is a shock to us all, and her family and friends have requested privacy as they navigate their grief. We would ask that you respect their wishes. They appreciate all of your support, but need time to heal in private. A memorial would be posted on YouTube and Instagram in due course. Thank you for your understanding at this difficult time. If you or anyone you know is affected by this news, please reach out for help. You are not alone. In Australia, you can contact Beyond Blue at 1300 22 4636 for confidential free counselling. Not much is known about the circumstances of Alex's life. She spoke in length about mental health struggles in videos. Reddit posts started coming forward stating she had been diagnosed with OCD, ADHD, CPTSD, and depression, and had been struggling since she was a teenager with eating disorders. She also frequently talked about how ever since she was a child, she had been relentlessly bullied, first by schoolmates, then by internet trolls after fame. To top it all off, her former husband did some pretty damn hurtful things to further damage her psychologically. After the split from her ex, she moved away from troll gossip. YouTube channels started making gossip content about Alex's new life, basically making up complete lies, not based on reality or knowledge at all. One accused her of splitting up a friend's marriage and that she was even caught up in a throuple, amongst other lies. Alex had switched most of her content away from YouTube and onto Twitch, where she felt the community was not only smaller, but more supportive and kinder. It seemed like Alex's whole life had been an uphill battle, and for the vast majority of it, she was masking everything especially. She really had more recently in the past year been telling her fans that she was getting better, and that she was finally happier, but all of this was attempting to mask what was really going on off camera. Someone had commented on her Instagram page that they really weren't surprised when they heard the news. I too saw the writing on the wall. After the horrific last couple of years she had had, life really does never stop trying to you one way or the other. Being so recent, it is uncertain at this point in time whether or not her death was a result of her taking her own life or something else unseen by the public. But regardless, Pretty Pastel leaves behind a channel with years of memories and over 600k subscribers. Fans continue to bombard Reddit forums with questions and speculations about her passing, but out of respect for her family and loved ones, I would just like to say my deepest condolences, and for people to remember not to pry while they're all still grieving of such a recent tragedy. Rest in peace, Alex. That's a heavy video. If you made it all the way through to the end, firstly, I would like to say thank you so much. I know this topic isn't the nicest, but I figured a recap on everyone who had come before to really show the rich history of YouTube and how many people have made this platform what it is today would have been a great video to do. Sorry I haven't been uploading at all for like the past 5 to 6 months as well. Honestly, I didn't realize the videos were getting popular, and I honestly had no idea how many people were actually viewing them and wanted me to do more, so here I am. Another quick thing before send-off, I would like to say again, rest in peace to all the lives that have been lost and everyone who I talked about in this video. Again, I really hope that no one discusses anything crazy down in the comments section. Please show some respect towards the families and also the YouTubers themselves that have their lives lost. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.